everybody, to our look ahead at the week's wagering with Cafe Better Sport from yours truly, Neil Andrews. It's a busy week coming up, particularly for football, because there's some Champions League qualifiers, Europa League qualifiers, there's Carabao Cup, so it's all happening, and there are plenty of betting opportunities with football, leading on to the weekend, of course, which will break down some of the big fixtures in the Premier League, one in particular. But there is a change in emphasis in golf, I guess, because the US Open on the weekend, won in brilliant style by Bryson DeChambeau, will move to the Dominican Republic. So the emphasis, well, there'll be a couple of punters who wanted to punt on that, but perhaps the bigger event will be the European Tour event, which is the Irish Open, where Jon Rahm is looking to win for the third time in 4 years. But we also have a little bit of cricket and a little bit of rugby. So let's go through the football, shall we? Starting with Tuesday. As I mentioned, there is Carabao Cup action and Champions League qualifiers. No real big names in the Champions League games. But Carabao Cup, Leyton Orient host high-flying Tottenham, who I doubt whether they'll play with Son and Kane. But if they do, Leyton Orient won't enjoy that. Harry Kane, 4 assists for Son on the weekend and a goal of his own. So that's Leyton and Spurs. West Ham are at home against Hull City. Hull have been playing quite nicely. That's a potential banana skin. And the other Carabao Cup match that caught my eye, Luton Town at home against Manchester United. And Manchester United didn't get off to an auspicious start in the Premier League on the weekend. So those are some of the Tuesday fixtures. Just moving on to Wednesday, there's a real big clash there in the Carabao Cup, which will be mouth-watering for punters. Leicester City are at home against Arsenal. Now, both those teams unbeaten, 6 points from 6 points in the Premier League. So that'll be an interesting clash, Leicester and Arsenal on Wednesday. Fleetwood Town host Everton. And then Chelsea are at home against Barnsley. And then just looking forward to Thursday, because I mentioned that there are Europa League qualifiers. There's some on Tuesday, Wednesday, but the big ones, perhaps if you are being a bit Eurocentric, is the Europa League clashes on Thursday, which see Celtic go to Latvia. Spurs are in Macedonia, so 2 away trips for big clubs there. Sporting and Aberdeen, I thought was quite an interesting clash. It won't be easy for Aberdeen to win in Portugal. And then the Eredivisie side, Willem II, host Glasgow Rangers. So Rangers have to go to the Netherlands, and I mentioned earlier on that Celtic had to go to Latvia. So those are your matches as far as the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday fixtures are concerned. Just throwing forward to the weekend and Premier League, the clash is undoubtedly, well, the 2 clashes to look out for are Sunday and Monday. The Sunday match, Manchester City at home against Leicester. I mentioned already that Leicester are unbeaten in the Premier League, but Manchester City host them on Sunday. And then arguably the biggest match of all is on Monday night. It's a Monday night football game, which is at Anfield, and Liverpool will host Arsenal, 2 unbeaten sides in the Premier League there as well. And that'll be a real test for Arteta, and to see how much improvement Arsenal have made as they go to Anfield on Monday night. Just throwing in a Serie A game, which is on Sunday, had a look at those fixtures, and undoubtedly the pick is on Sunday, where Roma will host Juventus. Roma and Juventus in Serie A on Sunday. I'm going to come back to the golf. I want to quickly throw forward to cricket. There's some IPL fixtures. There's quite a lot of them. And we can look at those, all of the IPL ones. It starts on Wednesday. Kolkata Knight Riders are in action there. I'll quickly take you through those, actually, and just whip through so you're familiar with those matches. Kolkata Knight Riders and Mumbai Indians on Wednesday. On Thursday the 24th, the Kings 11 Punjab take on the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Throwing in then the Friday game on the 25th, Chennai Super Kings and Delhi Capitals. And then we move into the weekend. Saturday the 26th, the Kolkata Knight Riders in action again, this time against the Sunrisers Hyderabad. And then Sunday, there's a match of Rajasthan Royals and the Kings 11 Punjab on Sunday. And if you really are interested in IPL, then on Monday will be Royal Challengers Bangalore again, this time against the Mumbai Indians. So those are your IPL games coming up for the next week or so. Rugby, not too much happening there. There's a couple of Mitre 10 Cup matches from New Zealand, but the European Rugby Challenge Cup, the one game that stood out for me was a Saturday game, and that is Toulon against Leicester Tigers. That's on Saturday the 26th, the European Rugby Challenge Cup. And we're getting to the closing stages of that with Toulon hosting Leicester Tigers. Well, before we leave you and wrap up the diary ahead for wagering punters, the PGA and the European Tour, as I say, a slight change in emphasis, but there is a PGA Tour event, and we go to the Corrales Punta Cana Resort for the defending champion there being Graham McDowell. Now, this is a beautiful part of the world because it's in the Dominican Republic. It's actually on the Caribbean Sea, and the location is just beautiful. So for the Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship, that will start Thursday, but probably more interest for punters in that European Tour event, which is at the Galgorm Castle Golf Club in Ballymun, Northern Ireland, and that's the Dubai Duty-Free Irish Open. John Rahm won it last year, and he won not the previous year, but the year before that. So he's a two-time winner from 3 years. He's looking to make it 3 from 4. Haven't seen whether he's playing yet, but if he is, I suspect he will be a short price favourite. Interesting, Padraig Harrington is scheduled to make his return. I think Shane Lowry is also in that field. So a couple of Irishmen to keep an eye on there. But it'll be interesting to see what and who, internationally wise, rocks up for the Irish Open. They generally have a good field, which is obviously indicated by the fact that John Rahm has won twice out of the last 3. So those are your major events. Very busy football week. Interesting golf with the Irish Open. We'll see if we can do a report for you in the cafe for that later on. In the meantime, from Neil and the Cafe Better Sport team, good punting to you. That's the week ahead.